Welcome to the O Brother Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Smith. Alongside me, as always, my brother from the same mother, Mike Smith.
How's it going, Dan?
Hey, man. I got, the last episode we put out on Shang-Chi,
Yeah,
my
my
audio.
head's back on,
Yeah.
by the way.
Did
In case you were wondering.
your head? Oh, right. From biting your head off. That's good. Actually, I'm getting all kinds of snap, crackle, and pops here. It's like Rice Krispies because of this setup that I got going on. Why am I getting all kinds of snaps, folks? Easiest way to find all things Oh Brother, Mike, you know what the drill is. It's to go out to our official website, which is OHB as in brother podcast.com. That's OHB podcast. Wait a minute.
I wasn't paying attention.
What do you got going on there?
I picked up the wrong mug.
I didn't even know you had one of those old mugs.
Yeah.
So for those that are listening and not viewing, Mike, he's got the generic knockoff mug. It doesn't have the website address on there.
It's got the red handle. This was
Got the red handle.
This
got
was
the
our
red
first
inside.
mug.
Yeah, yeah. But now you got to be sporting that official Oh Brother website, which again is OHB as in brother podcast.com. Yeah, Mike is holding up a wonderful 4K edition of Steven Spielberg's classic Jaws. Now, we just passed the 46th. I don't know how that's possible. The 46th anniversary of the release of that, which was June of 1975. And the reason we wanted to do this episode, because there's been this long debate for movie fans know there's this debate and it comes up, it came up in some of the trivia episodes that we did, which is,
right.
Is Jaws, since we're speaking of Halloween Fest, is Jaws a horror movie or not?
So behind me are all the horror movies that have been nominated according to the Oscars
And
for an Oscar.
give us the list real quick. What are they in order?
So here's Silence of the Lambs. They're not in
Okay.
order, but Silence of the Lambs. Then
The
we've got
Exorcist.
The Exorcist,
Mm-hmm.
Black Swan, another one we could be debating.
Interesting.
Above that is Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Over here, the most recent is Get Out.
Right.
And of course, Jaws and Jaws. I put Jaws 2 on the back there.
All
And
right.
the most horrifying, the New England Patriots. So this year.
You'd given him no chance. 10 minutes ago, you're like, I think they got a shot. This new kid at quarterback.
It wasn't his fault today. He looks good.
Yeah. I'm not gonna hesitate and say that this is absolutely, positively, without a doubt, not a horror film. This is a thriller at best.
So what are the things that you think? Why do you think this should be eliminated from the horror genre?
Well, I think it more clearly falls into the thriller genre because it's the whole film is just this anticipation to get to this climax. Whereas when I think of horror, I think of, first of all, I don't think of something that I have to wait till the end for the payoff, right? It's like Michael Myers and Jason, like all those characters, Freddy
All
Krueger.
throughout the movie.
They're all throughout the film, right? And it's a slasher, right? There's this constant. Now, you might argue with Jaws, that opening 10, 15-minute scene is one of the best on film.
It's fantastic.
And it's just as intense 46 years later as it was originally, which I was, just a wee baby at that point when it came out. But, there's, other than that, and the latter part of the film, there's not a lot of blood and guts or gore.
I agree with you. I think this is an action movie and a thriller and a good one.
Right. And whether it's horror or not is to say nothing of the quality of the film. I love it.
Right.
I love the film. And, having not seen it for so long, I appreciated it even more. And I think I was starting to make this statement, but I don't know that I actually got it out, which is it possible this could be one of his best directorial features?
Efforts. Yes,
I
definitely.
mean,
you think about it.
And look at his resume. The imagery, the shots in this film were just incredible. And maybe that's because of the fact that he was early in his craft at that point. I
don't know, but I was, it's funny you bring that up because
great.
I was thinking the exact same thing when I was watching this. this is so well directed.
Yeah.
Right from the start, when they're showing the titles and they've got the camera, obviously it's on a scuba thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's going through the water, and you've got that John Williams score,
Fantastic,
which is
score,
one of the best ever.
This is where I think I got confused about the Amityville Horror over the years, because Jaws was filmed in Amity, Massachusetts, with, in New England. It was filmed in
actually Long Island. They were islanders.
No, that's not true.
It was filmed in Massachusetts, but it was supposed to be Long Island.
Yeah, but he came down from New York to work in this town. It's set in Massachusetts.
I think you got to check that.
I'm checking it right now, folks.
Yeah. One of the other things, I'm like, okay, so this was nominated, but I know he didn't win.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see what it was nominated for. And as I was watching, I kept thinking, had to be nominated for editing.
Yeah, I think it was, right?
So
editing and writing, maybe?
It won for editing. It won for music.
Music,
and
right.
One for sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the 3 wins.
Sure. Yeah.
But
yeah, it's
great. And when you watch it, it's like you see, if you don't know anything about editing
or just filmmaking, it almost came off, we said it earlier, it came off like a film 101 class. We're in agreement on this one. Jaws is brilliant. According to Oh Brother, it is brilliant, but it is not a horror film, folks. It is for us in the thriller, suspense, action genre, somewhere in there. All right, there you have it, folks. Jaws. That's going to do it for another episode of the Oh Brother podcast. I've been your host, Dan Smith. Alongside me, as always, my brother from the same mother, Mike Smith. And we will see you next time.
See you next time, everybody.
The difference is, like in Saw, that kid, you'd see the kid getting munched and ripped apart limb by limb if it was a horror film.
We got the leg floating down.
Yeah, it's not a great...
A loose leg.
Right.